welcome back to Milton Daily Home. 17 listings today, and it should be a good day. There's some fun stuff to talk about. As far as like good deals, maybe not as much, but there's some fun things we can share. Let's do this. So I had a feeling this would happen. So yesterday we talked about two condo townhouses, both above 450, and right underneath that, this one slides in on Laurier for 435. Nice looking, a couple of original dated parts, but overall this one may kind of take the king of the castle position as the best condo townhouse deal out there right now. Now, as far as affordability goes, there's always the question of condo or freehold, and nobody I've ever spoken with has ever said, boy, I love paying condo fees. But if you look at what's included, your water's included, your building insurance. So right there's probably close to $150 out of your condo fees right there. Now you've got sometimes yard maintenance that people will come in and mow your lawn and that kind of thing, shoveling snow up to your driveway so you can get out. So it's not like they're completely gone away. In some cases, even the one I just talked about on Laurier, I'm pretty sure some of the exterior maintenance is included. So let's just say you put away $50 a month, over 12 years, over 12 months, $600, and you need a new roof every 10, 15 years. So 15, let's call it. And roofs are included with your condo fees. Well, right there, you're socking away a little bit of money towards eventual maintenance. Now, whether you see the benefit of that or not, depends on how often you live there. So my point is condo fees aren't the worst thing in the world. But if you peel off and say roughly half the condo fees goes towards things like management, it gives you a pretty good comparison on freehold versus condo. So $300 a month, called $150 a month. How much is that in a mortgage? It's probably about $30,000. Add that onto the price of Laurier, you're up at $465 or so. So I'm getting to the point here. This one here on ChutchMatch is $100,000 more. It's a little bit smaller, but it's a 3-bedroom, 2-washroom. It's not that much different. So let's call this one a bit smaller, but it's a little bit newer. So value-wise, might trade each other off. But your carrying costs on something like this is probably, for $100,000, probably about $500 a month more. So condo townhouses are not such a bad option. Even with the maintenance fee, it can still make a lot of sense. This one is 1130 square feet, and there is this is the Sobeys Plaza right behind here. That's probably Sobeys right there, and there's a good chance with Sobeys being on this corner here that you're probably gonna have some truck traffic and some noise in the back. So just keep that in mind. I don't know the scope or the extent of that, but it's just important to know even before you show up, to just say, if there's a possibility of that, is it still something I want to see? So Bartleman is a Lucan corner. So I think these are around 1,800 square feet or so. The thing I don't like about them is the main floor. So this is your living space. And even here, it's kind of like it's a short, wide room. So the only way you can set it up is kind of how they did it here, and then you put a TV above there if you're going to do that. But you can see 2 chairs fills the entire depth of the room. There's an eat-in area here. They did some weird sort of fisheye stuff on this one, and the kitchen overlooks that area. That's pretty much all you have. So there's no formal dining room. The eat-in kitchen is not huge. And even I would argue that the family room is not entirely functional, but that's it. So you can see kitchen, family room, eat-in. That's it. So I really can't stand this main floor. The upstairs actually is quite nice, but I don't know. It's good surroundings. This floor plan has always puzzled me. Now, it can fool people because if it's staged well, you can actually go, wow, it's so open and nice. If you actually think about how you're going to use this space, I've talked a lot of people out of this floor plan. Now, if you ever want to know what it's like to fall out of a plane, you can check out this one on Campbellville, because the first 5 shots are all aerial shots, and then you get into the house itself. The value on this one is 25 acres, and for some reason the photos are not available. Maybe that's my internet, but that's really where your value comes in. Now, I wanted to take a second to talk about listing wording, and I've mentioned it before, but I always think that people who've got it going on don't need to brag about it. And I find sometimes with listing descriptions, it's like things like this, like live in luxury at its finest. You deserve it. I don't know, like, does that attract people? If I'm a buyer looking in this range for a home, is that something that makes me happy? I don't know if Milton's elite community, I don't even know if that's kind of inclusive. If I'm a buyer in this range, which is a good price point, but it's not, I mean, in today's day and age, it seems like $1 million doesn't get you what it used to. But first of all, it's not really elite. It's, if I were to define this neighborhood and this community on Stevenson, I'd say it's a nice family area. I don't find there's a lot of people that are elite. So you got to be careful how this, positioning is very important. Even this one here, beautiful, gem, luxurious, I don't know. I just think that I've always believed that when I put something down, I want it to be authentic. I think if you don't say it in real life, it probably shouldn't be in your listing description. Like, I think one of the things I'd say about this one on Stout is you've got a lot of space, 5 bedrooms, and a very not easy to find 5 washroom. There are some really nice finishes. Again, this is not the polished version, but what you're going to love is movie night down in the home theater. And that's a toilet. I wasn't sure if it was a bidet. That office probably could have been cleaned up a little bit more, but that's one of those rooms that I think even people shopping in the $3 to $4 million range, they often look for a really good home theater. That's kind of the angle I would have taken on it. Is just some of the pros. The 5 washrooms is a big thing. So including 3 washrooms upstairs. So when you have that layout, oftentimes every bedroom has a washroom. That's a good way of talking about something like that. The downside is in this price range, even if you look at a lot of the other homes, they've got bigger lots. This is a 36-foot lot, which is the same size that they used to put single car garage detached homes. I don't even know if the term partially finished basement is a real booster. I just think you'd say plus the basement has an in-law suite. And it's kind of funny because down here they messed up the wording. So it's particularly Ginished. Particularly Ginished. Final note on that one, I don't know if I would push that basement so hard. Someone who's up at 1.6 million, they're going to make some money from the basement if they want. Might be an in-law kind of thing. But I just think there's a lot of other features with that one that really that stand out. So that's the list for today. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We are doing tours of homes this weekend, as we always do. You can find them over there. If you're on a larger screen, or up there under offers if you're on an iPhone, iPad, that kind of thing. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Actually, no, not tomorrow. It's Friday. I don't even know. This week's been a mess. We'll see you back on Monday with another episode of Milton Daily Homes.